Politics brewing over the Prime Minister's warning to quote-unquote so-called Dimagi Naxals, his terms, not mine. This happened on Independence Day. Well, politics now gaining momentum. On Sunday, which is yesterday, senior Congress leader P. Chidambaram questioned Prime Minister Modi over his Dimagi Naxal remarks, saying he was proud to be called one. Why has this escalated? Well, because in his Independence Day address from the Red Fort, Prime Minister Modi had warned that while armed Naxalism was near its end, people with a Maoist mindset continue to pose a threat and needed to be identified and isolated. Mr. P. Chidambaram, a former Home Minister of this country, responded by saying proud to be a Dimagi Naxal, and that, ladies and gentlemen, triggered a political slugfest. Union Minister Kiran Rijiju stepped in, clarifying that Prime Minister Modi's remark was not aimed at opposition leaders. Let's hear, to begin with, what Prime Minister Modi had said.
देश की सत्ता में माओवादी सोच के लोग गलियारों में अपनी जगह बना करके बैठे थे। जंगलों में हमें हथियारी नक्सलों का खात्मा बुलाने में, उस संकट से देश को मुक्त कराने में सफलता मिली है। लेकिन हथियारी नक्सल तो गए, लेकिन दिमागी नक्सल, ये दिमागी नक्सल मौके की तलाश में है। समाज को गलत राह पर घसीटने के लिए भांति भांति के दांव कर रहे हैं।
दिमागी नक्सल कौन है जो इनका विरोध करते हैं? यही तो दिमागी नक्सल ने मांग की थी ना, जाति जनगणना होनी चाहिए। 4 साल तक कहा नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, नहीं होगा, ये अर्बन नक्सल सोच है। पर 1 साल पहले अप्रैल 30, 2025 को उन्होंने घोषणा की कि जातीय जनगणना होगा। राजनीतिक विरोधी जो कोई सवाल उठाता है, जो कोई सवाल करता है और जो प्रधानमंत्री के दावे को चैलेंज करता है, चुनौती देता है, वो दिमागी नक्सल बन जाता है।
अगस्त की सुबह प्रधानमंत्री का भाषण सुनने का एक अलग चाव होता था। लोग रुक रुक कर सुनते थे। वो बात खत्म हो गई। प्रधानमंत्री जब टीवी पर आते हैं, लोग टीवी बंद कर देते हैं। पीपल फाइंड हिज वर्ड्स बिटर, हिज टोन टायर्ड। आज फिर सुबह जब प्रधानमंत्री बोल रहे थे तो पहली बात तो बड़ी अटपटी लगी कि साहब जैन जी को ये कहते हैं दिमागी नक्सल। अरे ये दिमागी नक्सल नहीं है साहब। किसी दिन पलट के या आपको दिमागी हिटलर कह देंगे या कह देंगे बिना दिमाग वाले, तो आप सदमे में फिर रीलबाजी शुरू कर देंगे। इसलिए सब मत कहा करिए। ये कोई लॉलीपॉप जनरेशन नहीं है कि साहब मैं ऑनलाइन कोर्सेज लाऊंगा। ई विद्या क्या था फिर आपका? कुछ साल पहले ई विद्या भी तो लाए थे, खत्म हो गया वो, अब नाम बदल दिया उसका। डोंट ट्रीट Gen Z as a lollipop generation.
Now, after the Prime Minister, Kiran Rijiju did step out in a tweet and say that the Prime Minister wasn't aiming at opposition leaders, but Assam's Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma is contradicting what Kiran Rijiju had said. He says P. Chidambaram is not a Dimagi Naxal at all, but a pure Naxal. Also going on to say that Mr. Chidambaram's own record as Home Minister must now be examined if he's calling himself a Dimagi Naxal. Himanta Biswa Sarma asking, did Mr. Chidambaram deliberately fail to act against Naxalism when he was Home Minister? Listen in.
जब चिदम्बरम ने खुद बोला मैं दिमागी नक्सल हूं, तो उसमें एक इंक्वायरी भी साथ में होना चाहिए कि चिदम्बरम क्या जानबूझ के नक्सल का खिलाफ व्यवस्था नहीं ले रहा था अब जब वो होम मिनिस्टर थे। मेरा लगता है चिदम्बरम दिमागी नक्सल नहीं है, उससे भी ऊपर वाला नक्सल है। वो खुद ही नक्सल है। देश में एनार्की लाने वाला वो भी एक पूरा प्योर नक्सल है। दिमागी नक्सल उसमें नहीं ये अप्लाई होगा, वो प्योर नक्सल कैटेगरी में आएगा।
And then, ladies and gentlemen, the BJP held a press conference. National spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi taking to the mic, saying that those who want political issues settled through street agitation instead of parliament reflects what he calls a Dimagi Naxal mindset, also targeting the intellectual ecosystem that, according to him, gave Naxalism moral support. Listen in.
लोग जो कहते हैं कि संसद से समाधान नहीं निकलेगा, सड़क से समाधान निकलेगा, वो है दिमागी नक्सल। जो ये कहते हैं कि संसद में रेजिस्टेंस से चीजें तय होंगी। वो है दिमागी नक्सल, जो नक्सलियों को गांधीयंस विद गन कहे और उन नक्सलियों को अपनी भारत जोड़ो यात्रा में साथ में रखे। उन राहुल गांधी से पूछना चाहता हूं, यह है वास्तविकता में दिमागी नक्सल।
Ladies and gentlemen, however, the opposition has learnt a thing or two from Gen Z and is now openly embracing the phrase, just like Gen Z openly embraced the phrase cockroach, the opposition saying, yes, we are Dimagi Naxals. CPI MP P. Santosh Kumar saying if the Prime Minister called them Dimagi Naxals, then they are proud to wear that badge. But he doesn't stop there. He's firing back with his own tag for the Prime Minister, saying that the Prime Minister is Dimagi communal. Listen in.
In fact, the PM has nothing to offer but these kinds of rhetorics only. His Independence Day speech was target on this, what is to say, against these political opponents. And if we are Dimagi Naxals, he is a Dimagi communal. So for us, this makes no difference at all. We fight for the people. And the BJP and especially the Prime Minister, he doesn't like his political opponents. So he is not in a position to accept that there are political opponents and opposition is a reality in this country. So those who cannot digest political opponents can use these types of words. And of course, we are proud Dimagi Naxals, whereas he is a Dimagi venomous or Dimagi communal.
Straight across to Mohit, who is joining us on the broadcast. Mohit, what started on a Saturday has continued on a Monday as well. I'm assuming this will continue, all this Dimagi Naxal versus communal Naxal, etc. will continue through this evening as well.
Well, yes, in fact, and perhaps that is why BJP addressed a press conference, because they wanted to come out to the people and show that who exactly Dimagi Naxal, according to the BJP, are. Now, Sudhanshu Trivedi, while he was addressing a press conference, said that Prime Minister made a statement. There are certain Dimagi Naxal within our society, and within 24 hours of the statement of the Prime Minister, we saw people coming out, embracing the word, we are Dimagi Naxal, and they have started coming out and showing that these people are Dimagi Naxal, who work as people who have the ideology same as Naxalism. So clearly the statement coming in from P. Chidambaram has garnered massive reactions. We see reaction coming in from Kiran Rijiju, then also from Himanta Biswa Sarma, where Himanta Biswa Sarma clearly stated and made a statement saying that P. Chidambaram is a Naxal himself and his tenure should be investigated. And is this the reason that the action was not being taken? Is this because the action was not being taken against the Naxals by the then UPA government? So what we see is the massive political fallout, while the opposition parties say that anybody who goes against the government, anybody who goes against the Prime Minister is termed as urban Naxal, Dimagi Naxal, and these are the terms that are being coined by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while the BJP says that Dimagi Naxals are those who want to break the unity of the country, and these are people who in garb of intellectualism come out and they speak against the country. So that is where what we see, a massive political fight happening between the BJP and the opposition, while the BJP surely knows that this will hit the opposition parties, and perhaps that is why they address press conferences. And now we see many of the other leaders of the BJP coming out and reiterating the same.
We'll leave it there for the moment, Mohit. Thank you very much for joining us. This is big breaking news coming in, ladies and gentlemen. In the Twisha Sharma dowry death case, the CBI has filed a 636-page charge sheet. The charge sheet mentions charges of dowry death and dowry demand. Let me go straight across to Makarand, who is joining us on the broadcast. Makarand, we are looking at dowry death and dowry demand. What was Twisha's family was fairly certain that this is murder. This was murder. The CBI doesn't seem to believe that, is it?
देखिए, अभी फिलहाल सीबीआई ने चार्जशीट दाखिल कर दी है और जो 600 से ज़्यादा पन्नों की जो चार्जशीट है उसमें अपने जो उन्होंने धाराएं हैं वो लगा दी हैं और उसमें डाउरी डेथ और डाउरी मांगने की धाराएं भी शामिल हैं। तो ऐसे में कहीं ना कहीं जो हत्या का आरोप लगाया जा रहा था उसको लेकर के परिवार का कहना है कि जो आने वाले जो चार्जशीट का जो और अंदर जब सारे पेजेस पढ़े जाएंगे उसके बाद ये हम तय कर पाएंगे कि आगे किस तरह से इस केस को कैरी करना है। फिलहाल जो परिस्थितियां हैं या जो घटनाक्रम हुआ है उसको लेकर के सीबीआई ने अपनी जो भी इंक्वायरी है उसको चार्जशीट में रखा है और उसको कोर्ट के सामने प्रस्तुत किया है। अभी फिलहाल मैं कोर्ट में ही मौजूद हूँ। थोड़ी देर पहले ही यहाँ पर चार्जशीट सीबीआई ने दाखिल कर दी है। 600 पेजेस से ज्यादा है उसमें क्या क्या फैक्ट्स हैं इसको लेकर के अभी थोड़ी देर बाद ही जानकारी मिलेगी। फिलहाल जो जानकारी सामने आ रही है उसके मुताबिक जो चार्जेस हैं वो फाइल कर दिए गए हैं। चार्जेस मैं आपको बता देता हूं, सेक्शन 82, 85, 108 एंड 3/5। अदर जो एक्ट्स लगाए गए हैं वो सेक्शन 3 एंड 4 ऑफ डाउरी प्रोहिबिशन एक्ट 1961। तो ये जो धाराएं हैं ये बेसिकली डाउरी से जुड़ी हुई धाराएं हैं और इसको लेकर के जो परिवार है उसने उम्मीद जताई है कि आगे इस केस को और स्ट्रांग करने में मदद मिलेगी। अभी फिलहाल त्विषा के परिवार से हम लगातार बात कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर, चूंकि काफी
आपने मकरंद त्विषा के परिवार की बात की, तो त्विषा के फादर जो हैं मिस्टर नवनिधि शर्मा हमारे साथ जुड़ रहे हैं। Mr. Navnidhi Sharma, thank you very much for your time. The CBI has filed a 636-page charge sheet. They are calling this a dowry death. They are saying dowry death and dowry demand. But you have constantly, and your family has constantly been saying that this is murder. So we'll wait and see what more details emerge from this charge sheet. But what is your first reaction, sir, to what the CBI has done?
CBI has done their job fairly. They have, kept each and every findings, whatever findings, because CBI for this murder, CBI is totally dependent on the charge, on the investigation and the report submitted by the AIMS. Actually, if you look at, and if in any case this AIMS report is influenced, that need to be checked once again. We will get the PM2 videography, photography, PM1 photography and your videos, and we will go through it, and then only we can say that we think okay or not, and then only we can comment and we can take further course of action from our side.
Okay, sir, but the very fact that Twisha's mother-in-law, Judge Giribala, now faces charges of dowry death and dowry demand, that should be satisfying as well, because Giribala and her son have constantly denied any dowry demands.
Yeah, the dowry and as well as abandonment to suicide, they have strong findings, strong evidence to support whatever charges has been framed. The CBI says they have the strong evidence they have gathered and they have submitted. So we are all waiting. By evening, and so we will be able to get, our copy, and then we can go through the complete analysis. After that, we can conclude or comment our and decide our future course of action.
Sir, can I ask you in finality, you have lived with the death of a daughter for some time with charges of dowry, etc. I want to ask you what the last few months have been like for you and your family. You were very disillusioned with the criminal justice system in India. Is that sentiment something that still continues?
Yeah, still, actually, this that we need. This is the need of a time that we need to, establish and bring the faith of the people in the justice system again. This is the high time that this example has to be set in the public, and we all are looking forward. Our honorable CGI also termed it as the procedural discrepancies and the institutional bias. So I hope that this time around a good example will be set in front of the people.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the moment, sir. Thank you very much for joining us. The 36-page charge sheet has been filed by the CBI in court. We are waiting for more details to come in. But there are three things that have emerged. Number one, abetment to suicide charges are something that the CBI's charge sheet talks about against Giribala and her son. All right.